Chapter 8.5, Simple Interest. Okay, in this chapter, we will learn the relationship between the interests. When you invest some amount or when you borrow some amount, there occurs an interest, right? Interest. So, what is principal? Okay, principal. Okay, principal is when you deposit some money into your saving account, then the bank will pay you for the privilege of using that money. So you receive some amount by depositing into the saving account, right? So those amount, the amount that is paid by the bank to you is the principal. So that's the interest. So the amount you deposit, will be the principal. So the bank will pay you for using the money, right? So those money, that amount that you receive from the bank is the interest. Okay, or if you borrow, let's say you borrow money. Okay, you borrow money from the bank, to buy a car or house. So you borrow the money, then that amount is the principal. So since you borrow the money from the bank, you have to pay for using that money. So the amount of money that you pay back is interest, because you borrow some money, right? So you have to pay the interest. So P is the principal, I is the interest. And this interest is based on the rate, annual rate. So the percent used to determine the amount of interest, to be paid is the interest rate. So we usually use annual interest rate, rate for years, rate for year. So if the interest rates can be given as years, month, or whatever, but usually we use annual interest rate, annual. Okay, and then the interest computed on the original principal. The original principal is called the simple interest. So you got the interest based on the original principal. All right, so every year the principal will be the original principal amount every year. So after 1 year, let's say the annual interest rate is 10%, and you deposit 1,000. Then after 1 year, the interest will be 100. 10% of 1,000 is 100, and the principal is 1,000. Let's say the principal is 1,000. Then 10% of 1,000 is $100, right? So the interest after 1 year, the interest will be 100. The principal is 1,000. So after another year, then the principal still 1,000, not 100, 1,000 plus 100. So the principal is the original one. So original principal was 1,000, right? So for the second year, the interest will be based on the original principal 1,000. Okay, not 1,000 plus the first year interest 100. It's different. So simple interest means the interest is based on always the original principal. Okay, so here is the formula. The simple interest formula is this: the interest after t years. Okay, the interest after t years is the product of principal, annual simple interest rate, and the number of years, t. Very simple, right? I equals PRT. Like a printer, the abbreviation is printer, PRT, right? PRT. So I equals PRT. So let's try an example. Okay, you borrowed $3,000 for 4 months. So at an annual simple interest rate of 4%. So look at this. You borrow the money So 3,000 is the principal, right? This is the principal P. This is the principal. For how long? 4 months, right? 4 months. So this is T, right? This is T value. Okay, 4 months, we have to convert this 4 months to years. Why? Because the rate, interest rate is what? Annual. Annual means yearly, right? Yearly is simple interest rate. Is 4%. So this is the rate. Annual simple interest rate is R, which is 4%. So converting the month, 4 months to year is simple, very simple. 1 year is 12 months, right? 1 year is 12 months. So divide 4 by 12. So that is the number of years. So the interest, the simple interest, so the simple interest I is equal to what? The simple interest I is equal to PRT. Principal is $3,000. The rate is 4%. So write this one in decimal, which is 0.04. 0.04. Always convert the percent to decimal. And the time is 4 months divided by 12 months, which becomes a year. Okay, then this one is equal to, use, 4 divided by 12 is 3, right? 3. And 3,003 is 100, 1,000. 1,000 times 0.04 is 40, right? 40. So this is $40. So the interest after 4 months is $40 at annual interest rate of 4%. Make sense? So what you have to do is just plug in the values of P, R, T to get the interest. And be careful, if the time is given in months, then convert it into years, because the rate is based on years, right? Years. All right, then let's try maturity value. Okay, the principal plus the interest you owed on a loan is called the maturity value. So it's really simple. The maturity value is the sum of the principal and the interest you owed. Okay, so the maturity value is the sum of what? Principal and interest. All right, so let's check this. So M stands for the maturity value, P is the principal, and I is the simple interest. So let's say you borrowed $5,000 for 6 months. Then the simple interest due on the loan is $125. Then what is the maturity value? The maturity value is the principal plus the interest. So that is equal to $5,000 is the original amount plus the interest, which is $125. So the maturity value will be $5,125. Very simple, right? Very simple. Let's try another example. Okay, here's an example. Okay, you arrange for a 9-month bank loan. So you borrowed money, $9,000 from a bank at an annual simple interest rate. So this is annual rate, right? Annual rate, which is the R is equal to 0.085. And 9,000 is the principal. This is the principal. Okay, and find the total amount. Find the total amount you have to pay to the bank. So this total amount means maturity value, right? Maturity value, which is the sum of what? The principal and the interest. So in this case, we need to find the interest first. So interest formula is what? PRT, right? PRT. And the principal is what? $9,000. And then the rate is 0.085. And T. Okay, T is 9 months, right? 9 months. This is T. So since this is 9 months, you have to divide it by 12 because the rate is annual. This is annual, right? Annual. So this many years, right? So I is equal to principal $9,000 times 0.085 times 9/12. So use this case, use a calculator. Then it looks like 573.75. So that's the interest after 9 months. So the maturity value is principal plus the interest. You can add these two numbers. So principal is $9,000 and the interest is 573.75. So the sum is 9,573.75. That's the maturity value, right? Maturity value. Okay, very simple, right? So the amount you owe to the bank is this amount, the maturity value, 9,573.75. All right, let's try an example here. Okay, John took out a 45-day, $12,000 loan, and the simple interest due on this loan was $168. What is the simple interest rate? Okay, this time we are looking for the simple interest rate, R. What is R, right? R. And 45-day, this is the time, right? This is in days, so we have to convert this one to what? Year, right? Year. So 1 year, it has 365 days. We converted this number, days, to years, because the rate is in year, right? Year. This is simple interest rate. This means annual. Okay, annual. Okay, and then this is the interest. So since the interest formula is PRT, okay, look at this. From this interest formula, the values of I, P, and T are given, right? So we can find R because values of 3 other variables already given. All right, then plug in all these numbers. I is 168. The principal is 12,000. And R, then the T value is 45/365. All right. So let's do it step by step. In order to find R, you can, why don't we divide, okay, you can multiply 12,000 and 45. 12,000 and 45, the numerators, then it comes up like this, 140,000 over 365 times R. So to find R, let's get rid of this fraction. So why don't we multiply the reciprocal of this fraction? So 5,000 reciprocal, which is 365 over 54000 to the left and also to the right. 365 over 54000 to the right. Okay, then these all cancel out. So the left side, we can use the calculator, then the value of the left hand side is 114, right? So R, So since R is approximately equal to 0.114, which is equal to 11.4%, right? So the simple interest rate on this loan is what? 11.4%. Okay, so that's it for this section.